So we moved into our house just shy of a month ago, and we've been so busy with the outside stuff that we haven't really gotten around to the inside stuff yet. There are a lot of things that I want to do a little differently than what the previous owner did. And the big thing right now is that we want to replace the flooring upstairs. As many of you guys know from watching the videos, I have a dog named Monty, and Monty has an issue with carpet. He likes it way too much and associates its texture with the outside, if you catch my drift. He is completely house trained, but you put him on carpet and that all goes out the window. Not to mention, as pet owners, we just like solid floor. I just think it cleans up more nicely than carpet does. If you're a carpet devotee, no, that's perfectly acceptable. Personally, I'm just not a fan of it in my house. So we're going to pull up all of our carpet and replace it with the same flooring that we have downstairs. But before we do that, I wanted to give everything a nice, clean, new coat of paint and get rid of all the very sad, depressing gray. My first step was to remove all the existing molding, patch up any holes or imperfections. There were a lot more than we thought before we moved in. We kind of wanted to, the house is 125 years old, and we kind of wanted to give it kind of a turn of the last century, craftsman cottage type aesthetic, as opposed to its current industrial aesthetic. So we also kind of want to put a modern spin on it. I have a vision. Obviously this is not it, but we'll get there. The paint I'm using is Aura. We have eggshell for the walls and a satin for the trim. I'm doing something a little differently this time. I'm painting my trim and my walls the same color, but not the same sheen. I wanted to create a very, very bright, subtle look to my paint. This may be complete garbage. We don't know, but we'll see how it looks. What do you think, Arthur? Arthur is unimpressed. Arthur is unimpressed by most things. Arthur also tried to destroy my paper towels. So my next step is to go through, I've done 2 cycles of spackling. So my goal now is to go through and sand out any uneven rough spots. I also need to go around and hammer in any molding tacks that I can't pull out. color that I'm using, you can call it a color, is Capital White from the Benjamin Moore Colonial Williamsburg Collection. Well, when choosing my colors, I used the online service Sample-Eyes, which is really cool. Historically, what I've done in the past is buy the little samples sizes of the colors I'm interested in. But because light plays such an important part in choosing a color, I wanted a way to move everything around, or to move my color samples around. And Sample-Eyes allowed me to do that because they send you a 1x1 sample of your color. It's the actual paint on a adhesive backing, adhesive paper. And you can peel off the backing and you can paint, or you can hang it up in the room that you're going to use. But if you're like me and you're trying to move it around from room to room, taping it up was a better solution. So far, I'm really liking this color because it reminds me of the wall color I had at my old house before we painted over it. We had kind of a warm white, creamy color. It's called Jersey Cream from Sherwin-Williams, and I adored it. It's just very light and buttery. And this color kind of reminds me of it, like a lighter, less saturated version of that color. It also goes on really well. The coverage is really nice. And I need 2 coats. And yes, I am paying no mind to the carpet because usually I would cover with drop cloths or something. I'm not. It's all being torn up. So I'm starting to get the second coat on. This is really the base for all of the other stuff we're doing up here. I see paint is kind of a foundational thing. This will all be white too. I just need to get Tall Husband to come help. My T-Rex arms are not well suited for some of this work.